All right, guys, welcome back. Traversal ENT in the building, guys. Let me hit you with another one. All right. Now, there's a lot happening in the world of boxing, a lot happening and a lot of videos to make. But for now, I'm going to focus on Saul Canelo Alvarez with some breaking news, guys, about Canelo. Breaking news concerning news, but breaking nonetheless. So it turns out that Canelo's brother had been kidnapped by low-life Mexicans. Back in 2018 when Canelo was literally going to fight Rocky Fielding. Canelo Alvarez talks about going into that fight against Rocky Fielding all the way in London. Guys, picture all of this. All the way in London, Canelo's gone to fight Rocky Fielding. He's defeated Rocky Fielding in a 3-round knockout on the 3rd round. Easy fight for Canelo to win. Rocky Fielding was no match. But this was happening all along. Canelo was negotiating for the release of his brother. Blood brother, not friend, by some low-life, low-grade, scumbag Mexicans over there in the country of Mexico, guys. Now, I'm going to be honest with you lot. This makes me have newfound respect for Canelo, that he was able to undergo all of that, because that is one of the worst situations an individual ever wants to find himself in, right? When you think about the worst nightmares that you can find yourself in, it is exactly that. Being away, so you're not in your home country, you're not in the country you live in either, so you're not in the United States, you're not in Mexico, you're in the United Kingdom, and you are negotiating the release of your brother. They're holding him at ransom, he's been kidnapped. It doesn't get worse than that, guys. It really does not. Now, understand that when Canelo was asked, did you get the police involved? His response was very interesting. He said, no, I did not get the police involved for fear that they too were involved in it. That's shocking, guys. That is very shocking. That the police potentially could be involved in the kidnapping of your brother. Understand who we're talking about. Canelo Alvarez has a net worth of 140 million, right? If I look at Canelo Alvarez's net worth back in 2018, it was still substantial, right? Let me go to 2018 and give you Canelo's net worth. Back in 2018, Canelo still had a net worth of what? At least over 100 million or close to that, right? Crazy, guys. Imagine a guy that's got that type of net worth, that's obviously put his family somewhere nice in Mexico. It's not like he put them in the slums, right? He's having to worry about them like that. Well, he was asked, Canelo, why don't you just move your family outside of Mexico? Move them to the United States. There's parts of the United States that's almost identical to Mexico, especially if you're down, the southern parts and whatnot. He said he would love to do that, but it's not as easy as one would imagine because they spend most of their lives over there in Mexico. It's not going to be easy for them to just get up and relocate because they've built their lives over there in Mexico. Now, I know what that means. That could be, family's got a farm, whatever it is, the ranch, whatever it is, and they're not keen on just leaving all of that. Excuse the interruption. As I said, there's some parts of Mexico that looks very identical to, there's some parts of the United States that looks identical to Mexico, so you would think the switch would be, pretty easy to make, but it's not that easy. Some people are very, very comfortable where they're at, and they don't want to be, moved. To be honest with you, if this doesn't give you enough motivation to get out of where you are and move somewhere else, then for me, I can't understand it. Because if it's happened to you lot once, it can happen to you lot again. Canelo can beef up security. He can do that, and that could help. All of that costs money at the end of the day anyway, but he could beef up security, but then you're living your life with fear, the residents of that area, right? Now, I'm going to speak to a few individuals that I've seen who've put comments like, oh, this kind of stuff, if it happens, in other places, it makes the news worldwide, the end of the world is coming. But this sort of thing is very common here in Mexico. I wanna make a statement on that. Excuse the construction work, by the way. Right, let me say it, right? To those of you who think like that, like, in Mexico, it's no biggie. Let me make something really clear to you lot, right? The whole earth is a big place. It doesn't end at Mexico, first and foremost, yeah? So what happens in Mexico, you're used to it, that's good for you. Yeah? It doesn't make it okay. That's the first thing. Number two, it's a disgusting thing universally, right? Universally speaking, this is not normal behavior, all right? It's not normal behavior in there over there in Mexico, or maybe where you live in Mexico, whatever. It is not normal behavior universally around the world under any circumstance, guys. None at all. Okay? And to those people that are involved in this kind of activity, this kidnapping activity, you're getting people from gunpoint, bringing them over to another place. Guys are not sleeping for 2-3 days because they're worried their lives must be taken. Do you know in many cases, the person kidnapped, he doesn't believe that he's going to come out of it alive, even if the money demands are met. This is what had Canelo worried, because even if the money demands are met, he doesn't know if the guy's going to come out alive. And also understand that he's been robbed. Canelo's been robbed at this point. He's had to fork out a serious amount of money. Hundreds of thousands. You don't even know if it's $1 million. He's had to fork out stupid amounts of money to let his brother go. And will he get his brother back alive? Who's to pay consequences and for the consequences of all of this? Who's to be reprimanded? Nobody. It's a horrible thing to do, and universally, it's never going to be accepted, and it's never going to be seen as normal behavior. So I don't want to hear anyone from that part of the world in Mexico telling me, oh, but this is very no. We don't want to hear that. What we want to hear is arrest those people that did that. That's what we want to hear, all right? Because they are the lowest of the low, the lowest scumbags of the earth. They are the lowest scummy pieces of dirt on this earth. And I'll be honest with you, and I'm going to end it with something really controversial, right? If you have freedom to live your life as you want to live it, and you decide to use your freedom to rob other people's of their freedom at gunpoint, putting that person in such distress that there's no guarantees walking out of the situation alive, whether the demands are met or not, you have no reason to exist on this earth. You have no reason, upon your capture, the kidnapper, you have no reason to remain alive on this planet, because you do not need to have religion or anything to tell you that what you're doing is wrong. Every kidnapper knows what they are doing is wrong. I don't care how desperate you are, right? There's many stories of people at the lowest of the low who come out of that, and they don't have to be wealthy, but they can do something for themselves, right? I don't care what you do, but you do not kidnap people and hold them at gunpoint, etc., etc. You do not deserve to be alive on this earth if that's what you are doing. If I was head of state, I would have capital punishment for individuals who do that. You will be executed, not in private, you'll be executed in the public square so that you are disgraced. Because believe it or not, when you disgrace an individual, it's more of a deterrent than if you do something or if you reprimand them behind the scenes where nobody sees. When they know they will be made a public spectacle, or when they know they will be publicly disgraced, it's a bigger deterrent than to do it behind closed doors. Personally, for me, if I was head of state, capital punishment. It is unacceptable to kidnap people like that. It's disgusting. It makes you think athletes go through a lot. They go through a lot. Not only do they have to worry about people trying to rob them in terms of, maybe members of the opposite sex trying to attach themselves to celebrities and athletes for the wrong reasons, fake love, just to get your money. They have to worry about their family members' safety. They have to worry about their own safety. They have to worry about their health because of the sport they're in. It's a lot. They have to worry about the fans and what the fans have to say. It really is a lot. Shout out and salute to Canelo. I've got newfound respect for Canelo after this. I'll tell you the truth, I do. Because a lot of fighters, I couldn't do that. I could not be distracted by something else if my family member was in that situation. So credit to Canelo. Honestly, I give him a lot of respect. And you people that are involved in that, you are the lowest of the low pieces of dirt scumbag walking this earth. You do not deserve to be alive. You really don't. I hope retribution comes to you, lot. Karma forgets no one. Mark my word on that. Traversal ENT signing out.